Sandra from Asexualise.com, and author of Asexual Perspectives out on Amazon. Welcome to this first asexual dating video in the series. Today I want to talk to you about relationship anxiety. Now, something I haven't talked to you about on this channel because it's very, very hard for me to discuss this in public is the fact I have relationship anxiety. And it's a really big deal for me. I mean, it causes me a lot of pain in my body. And so it's really, really hard and tough for me. And it stems back from childhood, and it also stems back from the years and years of being in heterosexual relationships, when pretty much the majority of guys was in a relationship went off with someone else. They were having affairs behind my back, chatting other women up. And, you know, I was relatively innocent years ago as a teenager. And then I even got told by guys I was with at the time they were looking at other women behind my back, you know, and it was just horrible. And these were guys that I thought loved or cared about me. And then I spent half of my life in heterosexual relationships, and pretty much the majority of them ended with them, you know, going off with someone else, having sex with someone else, having an affair with someone else, you know. And so it's really hard for me to trust. And then I discovered I'm asexual in 2014. But even asexuals cheat. They just cheat in a different way. They cheat emotionally. I'm not saying every asexual's like this, but I'm saying I've come across asexuals that I really like that have cheated emotionally. So, you know, you'll read in my Asexual Perspectives book that some asexuals are having relationships with sexuals. And some of them will have a polyamorous relationship. And this means that they'll allow their sexual partner to be able to go and have sex with other people. And it often means that they can have intimate, emotional relationships with other people. But sometimes, I mean, I personally can't stand physical affairs. I can't stand them. I really can't. But sometimes it's emotional connection that can hurt just as much, from the point of view of the emotional connection is long lasting, whereas the physical sex is just, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long it is. And yeah, you can do it over and over again. But if there's no emotional connection there and it's just sex, there isn't that, you know, emotional deception. There's the physical deception, and there's the emotional deception of them doing it with someone else. But there's not that emotional bond between them and the other person necessarily. Whereas if you've got an emotional bond with someone, and then they go and have an emotional bond with someone else, and it becomes very intimate, they become very close with another person, it can really, really hurt you. And so even though I've started dating this really lovely asexual guy, he seems super sweet, and he seems very compatible with me, it's really early days, and you know, I'm still having relationship anxiety. Like, everything will be fine. I think, he obviously is besotted with you. He really cares about you. He loves you already. He thinks you're awesome. He's really into you. He's planning future things. He's coming to see me. You know, this is a really serious guy. These are very good signs that this is a guy who's really seriously into you and serious about you. But, you know, something happened tonight that just triggered the anxiety to come back, you know. And there's a friend, and you know, as far as I know, they're just a friend, but some of their behaviour a little while ago was similar to what they were doing with me in some of the things they were doing, and that just really scared me. I'm like, well, why are you behaving like that with them? It didn't make sense to me. So that was a little red flag at that time. And, you know, they message another person regularly. But I get guys who are messaging me sometimes, or used to be messaging me daily. And they don't fancy me. They just like me as a really good friend because I'm a good person. And I'm guessing that's what he's doing with someone else. And that's fine. And love should be free and kind and caring. But I always get worried, you know, that the person is forming an intimate relationship or fancying someone else. And it's a huge fear of mine. And I also get worried that I know how to say no to a guy. So I have lots of guys interested in me. I mean, I can, I'm all over social media. regularly on Twitter, there's guys, I don't know what's going on Twitter at the moment, but guys are regularly using it as a dating site. Older, like middle-aged guys are using it as a dating site for some reason. Like, regular, there's certain profiles, certain things they say, and I just know they're going to start chatting me up, you know, and I don't want it. I've had enough of it, you know. And it's like, and some of these people, they don't just keep it on Twitter. They want to Skype you, they want to Google hang out with you, you know, they get in, you know, they want to take it off from Twitter. And I can say no to these people, but I can spot them a mile off, and I'm really strong in that way. And what I worry about is, you know, a guy who wants to please me loads, which is awesome. It's like, who else do they want to please, you know? How are they going to recognise when a girl is actually not just wanting to be friends with them, it's coming on to them? Even an asexual guy can have a woman come on to them emotionally. Do you know what I mean? And wheedle their way in there. Now, when I was being bullied at school, I was predominantly bullied by women. So I never trusted women for an early age. And there was a guy I liked for a couple of years, and then he would tease me. He would say he wanted to be with me, and then he would actually go off with these girls that were really horrible to me. But I know that more guys were nice to me in school than women, so I kind of, you know, went more and kind of was more happier around the guys. And as time progressed and I went to college, I was more, you know, interested in being friends with guys. Guys were better to me in general. They wanted to spend time with me, be my friends. And throughout the years, the majority of my friends are more usually guys. Although I have some really good female friends. I have one female friend who's absolutely awesome. I spend a lot of time with her. So I've always trusted I've always trusted guys in the sense they tell it like it is. They're very direct. And I love that about guys. But guys are great as friends, but when it comes to relationships, a lot of the guys, I just don't trust them, because a lot of the guys, they chat me up when they've got partners, you know, and I know they're not trustworthy. And I know with asexuals it's different because we haven't got the sexing to worry about, but there's still the emotional intimacy, and that can hurt just as much. So this is my fear, this is my worry, and it makes me want to, what I call, bolt. It's a bit like fight or flight. So I'll be going along and everything will be great, and I'll feel loved up. I feel this person really cares about me. They're really awesome. They're really into me. And then all of a sudden something happens and it's like, no, I'd rather stay single forever. I can't be dealing with the pain. I can't cope with the worry, the stress, the anxiety. I'm better off on my own. My body feels better off on my own because I don't have that to worry about, you know? If I'm single, I'm happy because I don't have any guy to worry about in my life, yeah? If a guy, whatever guys in the world, they want to go and have sex with 55,000 people, I really couldn't give a toss because I'm not emotionally attached to them. I'm not emotionally invested in them. I'm not putting my time investment into them. And I seriously couldn't care less. But it's different because when you're dating someone with the potential for it to be a full-blown relationship, and me and the guy are acting like we're already in a full-blown relationship, then there's all the emotional investment, there's all the time investment, you know. And I've spent years of my life with a guy, well, a couple of guys in the past, and I wasted those years because I was really into them, I was really caring about them, and they were deceptive, and they were liars, and they were horrible and abusive. And I don't want to get with someone who's, you know, going to waste my time, because in the end they're just going to go off with another woman. In the end they're just going to go and have emotional relationships with other people. And it's like, it's wasting my time. My life is precious. My time is really precious to me. And I do not want to waste one single precious moment of it. And I don't want to be in pain. And when I get pain in my body, it zaps my energy. And it means that I can't do as much work. And it's a huge problem for me. But how to actually get over that and enjoy an intimate asexual relationship with all the emotional attachment and commitment is going to be incredibly difficult for me. You know, I watch a lot of personal development, self-development stuff. I watch a lot of videos, you know. I try and help myself all the time. But this is a real stumbling block for me. Because obviously I have good cause to be concerned, considering all the past people I've ever come into contact with or been with. Because pretty much all of them have shown me they're not trustworthy. So it's like, why should this next guy, who seems absolutely awesome, amazing, why should they be any different? I think they are different. I think they seem really different, and I really like them so much, and I don't want to push them away, and I think they're wonderful. And you know, if I hadn't got the emotional attachment and I wasn't invested in them already, I probably wouldn't care, which means I'm growing more and more fond of the person. You know, when I grow more and more fond of the person, then it's kind of like the situation sometimes I want to run away. because I can't cope with the physical pain it gives me, of the worry, the stress and anxiety. But what if they do this? What if they're doing that? What if they're just wasting my time, really? Or what if another woman comes along and they can't say no because they're not used to saying no? They're not used to spotting the signs of another woman fancying them. They're used to being nice to everyone. They're used to pleasing people, you know? I'm not a people pleaser. You know, I like to love everyone, as in the sense of everyone's great and awesome in this world. I like to be kind and caring, but I've also got this very warrior side to me, this very tiger side that can say no to guys, you know. I've been in really quite compromising situations with sexual guys, and I've been able to say no and not have my sexuality compromised. I can be very strong with guys. I can be strong with strong guys, you know. I can get out of situations that some women might not be able to. I can stick up for myself. I can be really strong and super strong. So I 100% trust myself in that respect. And I can see when a guy's chatting me up, you know. I know, and because I get it loads, it's easy for me to say no. But what happens if you end up getting a guy that's not used to saying no, that's not used to women coming after me, that thinks every woman's a nice girl, when really they're not all like that? Believe me, I know. You know, I know first-hand personal experience. I know how devious they can be. You know, I've even had friends, female friends at school. I had a female friend at school, and this other friend, she was of my female friend, she was really nasty to me behind my friend's back. My friend couldn't see what she was like, and it was horrible. So she was not nice to me behind my friend's back, yet my friend spent more time with her than she did with me, yet she was supposed to be my best friend. Do you see how hard that has been for me in my life? You know, whereas when I'm with myself, I'm single, I don't have any of this anxiety, anything to worry about. But then obviously I spend my time looking for the right guy, and I can't find him, and this guy seems like he might be the really right guy for me. So I don't want to push him away, because I have to deal with this. There has to be a time in my life when I don't have relationship anxiety anymore. Otherwise, I'm just not ever going to be able to be in a happy, romantic, confident relationship. But I mean, this guy, he does know I have relationship anxiety. I mean, he knew before. I haven't sort of like dwelled on it much with him lately, and he said we can work together on that. So this is a really good guy for me, and I hope he can work with me on it. But it's a huge, massive deal to me. I mean, it's a huge thing. I don't actually know how to solve the problem right now. You know, even though I can watch loads of videos on it, you know, it has to come from me, and I'll have to change and put new habits and processes in place. But when I'm not quite sure where they are, and when I'm in protection mode at the moment, because I've only just met this guy, I'm in huge protection mode at the moment. You know, I'm like, well, yeah, that's great, you can install new habits, but something might go wrong with those new habits, and then where are you going to be? So it's really difficult for me. I want to know, you know, have you ever experienced relationship anxiety? How does it affect you? How does it make you feel in your body, in your being? How does it impact what work you do, your energy levels? You know, how does it really make you feel? You know, what experiences have you had? I'd love it if you shared them with me. You know, it's really been hard to do this video because it's quite upsetting for me. It's a challenge for me, and it's really, you know, laying on the line of my imperfections, which I'm very imperfect, you know, we all are. So, but I'm trying to improve myself all the time as well, which is, you know, a good thing, I think. So please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with some people that may benefit from it. If you know people who suffer relationship anxiety for whatever reason, share it with them and let them know that they are not alone. I completely get where they're coming from. I totally understand it. And I'm with you 100% of the way, you know. It's a battle, isn't it? It's a real battle. And, you know, this person come into my life and I think they're amazing. So I'm just going to see what happens. But, you know, trying to deal with all this negative emotion in me is very difficult at the moment. So, yeah, if you suffer with relationship anxiety and you've got over it, please leave your tips down below. It's really important to me. And share this video with as many people as possible, so we can raise awareness of asexuality, asexual dating, and we can discuss topics and find out what's the best way forward. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, really important, and hit that bell button so you can get notifications of every new video I post. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.